Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track.
Yeah, g'day, hope you're well. I was thinking earlier about people or rats like Max Egan, you know, Mr. Speculation, Conjecture and Noise, Max Egan. And what makes them so popular with the gullible? It doesn't matter what type of shit or texture of it or smell of it or whatever. Max just has to shit, and his gullible arse suckers just lick it all up, no matter what. Now, what is it that drives people to just so blindly believe treasonous pieces of shit like Max Egan? Now, you have to realise that the making of these, let's call them messiahs, just doesn't happen overnight. It takes years and years. Julian Assange is another good example, but I might go into that later on. But anyway, let's just concentrate on Maxi boy. I did a search earlier and put into Google Max Egan assaulted, and this little doozy came up from 2015. Actually, here it is here on the Crow House website, and the date is the 25th of October 2015. Now, remember that Max always says that he is a one-man operation, and he works out of his shed somewhere in far north Queensland, you know. So, I wonder who actually wrote this. Was it Max himself? Because listen to the wording here. Now, the title is Max Egan assaulted and beaten after delivering pro-Palestinian speech. Activist, humanitarian, radio host and outspoken advocate for Palestinian rights, Max Egan of thecrowhouse.com was viciously attacked after delivering a pro-Palestinian speech at the 2015 Freedom Summits in Byron Bay on October the 23rd. The attack came from nowhere, he said. I had just left my favourite eating place and was attacked from behind by quite a large individual. Egan took several blows to the back of the head and 4 or 5 kicks to the torso, and suffered some bruising and had 2 cracked ribs. He is now recovering at home, on medication to deal with the pain. He says this attack has only served to reinforce his commitment. Now I have a tiny taste of what it feels like to be a Palestinian, he said. All this attack has done is serve to strengthen my resolve. It shows me the powers that believe they are running scared because they know the wheels are falling off the slavery system they are running. Due to this assault, from this point forth, my message will be louder and even more direct. Now, remember, Max is a one-man operation, but that looks like it was written by someone else and posted on Max's Crow House site. Now, the same article, word for word, appeared in a number of other different places. Here are a couple here. Okay, exactly the same wording. Now, a really interesting one was this one here on Pinterest, I think it's called. Just have a look at the pic here. Now, I've got a full version of this pic. Here it is here. Have a look. Is that photoshopped or what? Or is that meant to show us how badly beaten Max Egan was? I think it's photoshopped. I think a photo of Max's head while he was on crack or something was taken, placed on this poor soul's body who was lying in hospital with all these wires and things coming out of his body. Now, that's just to get you, sympathetic towards Maxie boy. Poor old Max. Have a look at him in his hospital bed, all beaten up. Poor bugger. Now, when you clicked on this thing here, it went to a YouTube interview. Max did shortly after the alleged assault. Now, let's have a look at that.
We are blessed today to have Max Egan with us a week after his birthday. Believe it or not, he was set upon at a Freedom Summit conference at Byron Bay. He was set upon at a place called Burleigh Heads in Queensland on the Gold Coast. Somebody attacked him, somebody bashed him from behind, crept up and attacked him, and then kicked him in the ribs a few times, and left him with some cracked ribs, telling him that this is a warning. Here is a quick word from Max Egan about what happened when he was beaten up. So, can you tell us, Mr. Max, how are you feeling today, about a week after the incident? How are you feeling? Are you hurting at all?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. A couple of cracked ribs. What do you think?
Can you go through in detail what exactly happened prior to the attack? Because all we've got to go on is what has been posted on the Crow House, on your own website. Just a small article, and that's all that anybody's got to go on. Can you tell us a bit more?
Well, that's all that is available. That's all I put out there. I've got people here, and I'm a bit fucked up on codeine at the moment.
Yeah, that's all that's out there because that's all you have put out there, Maxie boy. So this is purely speculation, conjecture and noise created by yourself. No other reports of this, no police reports, just what you have put out. And just listen to him. Listen how drowsy and sick he sounds because he's a bit fucked up on codeine at the moment. You sure that's codeine, Maxie boy? You didn't just have a smoke of a bit of a crack, did ya? But yeah, it's interesting to listen to his voice here and how drowsy he sounds. But keep listening. He forgets that he should be sounding drowsy. And all of a sudden he starts talking normal. Just listen for that. It's all coming up.
Well, that's all that is available. That's all I put out there. I've got people here, and I'm a bit fucked up on codeine at the moment. Yeah, it just kind of came out of the blue, But the talk was, there was someone from the Israeli lobby there at the Freedom Summits.
Oh.
Someone actually flew from Israel. Yeah, flew from Israel. A woman flew from Israel to be at the Freedom Summits because she heard there was going to be something, there was possibility of there being anti-Semitism there.
Now, how would Maxie boy know that? How would he know that a certain woman flew in from Israel because she had heard that there was going to be anti-Semitism at this summit? How would Max know that? I ask you. Just keep listening. It gets even more interesting.
So she was basically just there to hassle me and to hassle Ken. But Ken hasn't made it into the country yet. They're fucking around with his visa, so...
Now, have you noticed how his voice has become normal? He's already forgotten about the codeine and how he should be drowsy and sick. And, just keep listening to how much Max knows about this woman. He knows everything about her, even how she was feeling. He says later on that her anger levels went through the roof. How does he know so much about this woman, what she was doing, and what she was even thinking?
Yeah, mate, they wouldn't let him in for the conference.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, so she heckled me all through my talk, and...
would there be a video of that somewhere?
Yeah, there'd be a video coming out of it. And she didn't listen to any of the other speakers for the day. First speaker, and she heckled, as soon as I mentioned Israel and 9/11, she stood up and started heckling. And I basically just spoke over her until she ran out of breath,
Was there no security there asking her to leave?
Well, people were just sort of watching with interest,
So you can't answer the question, can you, Max? The question was there any security there and did they do anything about it? Of course there was security there. It's a paid venue. It's required by law to have security there. So yeah, there was security there. And probably the reason they didn't do anything about it was because all this is made up. Isn't it, Maxie boy?
And then after I finished speaking, she went and set up in the hallway on the way to the food hall. And she had like 3 mobile phones going. And she was handing out pro-Israeli flyers to everybody who would take them. She didn't listen to any of the other speakers for the rest of the day.
Geez, Maxie boy, you seem to know a lot about this woman. It seems that you spent more time observing her than what she did heckling you. This is unbelievable. He just knows everything about this woman. How the hell does he know it all?
And then the next day she showed up, and they wouldn't let her in the next day. She didn't pay to get in anyway. She just pretended like she was supposed to be there and kind of waltzed in, you know. Pretended she knew people, went up and gave one of the people who were running the place a big hug and rah, you know. And
well, it certainly sounds like to me that she was meant to be there, Maxie boy. And it wouldn't surprise me if you organised for her to be there.
Yeah, you know. And then the next day she showed up and they wouldn't let her in, so her anger levels went through the roof. And at the end of the day, I got followed from the venue. I'm assuming I got followed from the venue to the restaurant.
So you assume that you were followed from the venue to the restaurant, do you, Max? You assume. Isn't that just conjecture and speculation designed to create noise? Now, let me get this straight. You apparently were heckled by this woman who flew in from Israel just to heckle you. Then you observed her for the rest of the day. She had 3 phones apparently. You even knew what she did the next day somehow. But anyway, on this particular day, you walked, after being heckled by someone in the crowd, you were confident enough to go and eat on your own. You walked from the venue to your favourite restaurant on your own, and then went somewhere else on your own, and that's when you were supposedly bashed. Come on, Max. You know, a lot of this is a bit hard to believe, buddy.
And I got bashed when I left the restaurant.
So you were set upon by one guy?
I think it was one guy, yeah, but he came from behind. You know, bashed me in the back of the head, and a couple of whacks to the back of the head. I went down, a few boots around the ribs, and then he left. It was over in seconds, you know, it was over really quickly.
Do you think maybe if your buddy Ken O'Keefe had been with you, things had been different? Maybe he would have knocked the guy's block off?
For fuck's sake. If Ken O'Keefe had been there, it would have been different. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, jeez. Ken O'Keefe, I think it was Ollie Demigard who once said that he was with Ken O'Keefe and a few others, and Ken O'Keefe had to run somewhere, and he described him running like a girl. He said his arms were, you know, down the side of his body, and they were flapping out from the elbows, you know. I mean, you know, Ken O'Keefe claims that he was a Marine or something. Yeah, in his dreams, I reckon. But anyway, yeah, this all happened apparently before Ken O'Keefe and Max Egan had a falling out, before Ken O'Keefe grabbed a bag of money and ran away. And I know people have been wondering what he's been doing with Max's money, and I've got a short little clip I want to show you here. Here's Ken O'Keefe spending Max's money.
Me so horny, me so horny, me love you long time. You party, me love you long time, me so horny. Me sucky sucky. Me love you too much.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if Ken had been there, it probably wouldn't have happened. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, it just came really quickly out of the blue. You know, I just had dinner. So, you know, I wasn't in any position to sort of make any comeback. It was over really quickly. Quite a big guy.
Well, it was over really quickly, eh, Max? But you did notice he was quite a big guy. Now, I wonder how big he was.
Well, you know, easy 2 or 3 me, you know.
Okay, so you noticed that he was 2 or 3 times the size of you. Okay, nice observation there, Maxie boy.
Like big solid guy. I'm only pretty skinny, you know.
So how can you be sure that this was an actual attack from the pro-Israeli lobby against you personally?
Well, the guy, he said to me as he was kicking me, he said, you need to know when to shut the fuck up.
So while you're down on the ground and he's kicking you, you heard him say that, did you, Maxie boy? You heard him say to you, you should know when to fucking shut up, did he?
And when he was walking away, he said, this is he said something like, this is a warning, or consider this a warning. Next time I won't be so kind, you know.
Oh, I'm out of snow. Bullshit. No drinks for me, thanks. Bullshit.
Oh my God! So that was basically an international hate crime on Australian soil.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
So is this incident being investigated by the state security police as a hate crime at all?
Well, I didn't report it. What am I going to report?
Yeah, exactly right, Max. You didn't report it because it didn't happen. And if you did report it, it would have been investigated and you would have been done for reporting a false crime, wouldn't you? Tell the truth, Maxie boy.
You know, I saw some guy attack me. I can't tell you what he looked like or where he came from. He just came out of the blue, attacked me. It was over in seconds.
It was over in seconds, was it, Maxie boy? And you can't tell us anything about him. But you did say earlier that he was 2 or 3 times larger than you, and you clearly heard what he was saying to you while he was laying the boots in.
And all it'll do is give them another statistic to put freaking surveillance cameras in Burley, you know?
You're kidding, aren't you, Maxie boy? The reason you didn't report it was because they'll put more surveillance cameras in Burley Heads. Is that why, was it? You get savagely bashed, but you don't report it because you don't want surveillance cameras in the area protecting other people. Bullshit, Max. Bullshit.
I mean, if I thought anything had come of it, then I'd report it, but I can't see how anything could possibly come of reporting it. So what's the point of reporting it? You know, I can't prove it had anything to do with the conference. I mean, it was in Burley where it happened. I can just say, you know, bashing on the Gold Coast, shit like this happens, you know. I'm the only one who heard him say what he said. I mean, so, you know, who's going to, you know, what's the point?
How about CCTV in that local area on that night? Do you think there'd be anything on that?
Yeah, Max, how about CCTV footage? You think there might be any cameras there, you know, to help you prove your point?
I don't think there would have been any there. It's in the bushes of Burley, on the way to Burley Point. There's no surveillance cameras there.
Now, if this incident really did happen, knowing how deceptive this Max Egan is, it wouldn't surprise me if he actually chose a spot where there actually were no CCTV cameras.
Okay, Max, well, you go and rest up now. Thanks very much for your time. I'll let you get going. Thank you for sharing the horrible details of what happened to you with the audience here today. I'm sure you still must be hurting.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'm on Panadine and shit. I mean, cracked ribs would take 6 weeks, so...
Well, Mr. Max, you go and rest up. You rejuvenate yourself and get yourself fighting fit once again. It's always good to have you as a soldier on the front line in this battle of information. God bless you, sir.
Now, in my opinion, the host of this live interview has realised that Max is bullshitting. I mean, none of the story fits. You know, no description, no report to the police, no CCTV cameras, nothing. And I think he's realised that Max is just telling porkies. So he's thanked him, and he's trying to piss him off here now, but Max doesn't want to go. Max wants to read a bit more of the script.
Yeah, it's all good. But that's what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I just posted that a little bit up there, and I posted on Facebook to say, hey, you probably heard I got attacked. You know, just let you know I'm all right. I actually went back to the Freedom Summits the next day.
Maxie went back the next day. Yeah, here's that pic again of him that was publicised, supposedly of Max lying in hospital, possibly in a coma, but still wearing his glasses.
And got up on stage and said a few words that they're going to put on the video as well. They basically said, look, you know, it's just the best you got. I mean, really, is that what it's come to? You're going to attack an old man in the dark from behind? You know? I mean, seriously. You know, all you've done is...
Now, just listen to this next bit. This is where Maxie Boy reads directly off the script. The script that he posted on his own website, and the script he sent out to other websites so they could put it up. Something that he wrote himself. So let's listen to Maxie read directly off the script.
Now I've got a tiny taste of what it feels like to be a Palestinian. And all you've done is strengthen my resolve. And from now on, my message is going to be louder and more direct. You know, so, yeah.
Well, you look after yourself, bud.
I will, brother. But I'm good. I mean, it's a lot of pain. You know, it's fucked.
Obviously.
I feel like shit, but
sure.
You know, I'll come good.
Okay, thanks very much, Max.
All right, brother.
Take
Talk
care.
soon.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Anybody who would like to send a message to Max Egan can either send a comment via the comment section below, or you can check out his webpage and send him a comment through his contact page. Alternatively, you can tune into his YouTube channel, The Crow House, right here on YouTube. Australian citizens now being attacked for their political views down under by Israeli operatives. This is what it's gotten to in 2015. This is how powerless the police are to stop international crime. It's happening now. Take care, God bless, and don't forget, stop funding Israel.
Oh, I'm out of snow. Booshit, 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 booshit. No drinks for me, thanks. Booshit, booshit, booshit.